Yeah, but the whole thought behind of like really just identifying like it's okay for me to not, you know what I'm saying, like have to do the traditional, you know what I'm saying, Christmas stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's all right for me to be by myself on Christmas.
And then on top of that, with us knowing, I don't want to go all super deep into the holidays and the meanings and shit like that, right? But with us knowing the real origins of these holidays now, is it more? Uh, would it be better for us to create our own traditions? You know what I mean? Our days with our meanings. You know what I mean? As opposed to, because that's part of the reason why a lot of people be down and depressed during the holiday seasons, because you want to live up to the expectations of what society is placed on everybody to do during the holidays. You know what I mean? Spending all of this money, all of this extracurricular shopping and stuff like that, when it's really just about spending times with the ones that you love. You know what I mean? And sharing those moments with them. So what you feel about you know probably investing into creating our own traditions and our own holidays that mean more to us as families, as opposed to celebrating what everybody else is doing, keeping up with the Joneses, what I'm saying, per se. I think that's more so of what we uh should be looking towards nowadays. You know what I mean? And that's not eliminating the holidays, but it's like we need to come up with our own reasons to celebrate. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think like just and not just I think in the case or the context of Christmas, but in general, like recreating or creating your own traditions are absolutely necessary, right? When you got your own family, your own kids, some things that you did as a kid, you might not want to do with your kids. You know what I
You might
mean?
not want to teach your
Yeah,
kids.
absolutely.
So that's
Like
what I'm saying. Like, us knowing the truth about a lot of these, the
facts.
origins of a lot of these holidays, do we still, you know, might as well say it, teach our kids the lies that we were told,
Mm,
and push them into these same type of situations where they feel insecure or whatever, because I'm somehow, some kids, I remember a couple of Christmas where I felt bad because I didn't get the things that I wanted for Christmas, or I didn't get uh, I didn't get the shit that I wanted. You know what I mean? Or I felt like, I didn't. It was just, how Christmas and having things or not having things that make a kid feel inadequate, or they didn't
mm-hmm.
deserve stuff. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
just feel like, with that being said, like we should, try to create our own traditions and our own holidays, our own meaning for celebrations.
yeah. But okay, so Christmas just wasn't Christmas without the ones you love. Like so, the fact that I say like I'm used to spending Christmas with the kids and being around like my mom and my siblings and my nephews and I didn't do none of that this year. You know what I mean? And because that's typically the vibe and what happens on December the 25th. It this year
It
it
didn't
just
feel right.
it didn't. It was so desolate. It was so dry. It was so um it was just off. It was just off, man. And I think just like on top of already not being in the best of moods, in the best of spirit, in the best of
Because other things that was
yeah,
going
just
on.
because of life, then dealing with the loss of my cousin, like that was just like just more you know intentional, you know, I don't
Just
even want
more
to call it
added.
stress. It was just more of a disdain that just created such a
It was just
eerie
more
feeling.
of a damper on the holiday.
It was such an eerie feeling. Like even today with like like New Year's coming up or whatever, and we had the celebration today of his life. It's like okay, so you finally you move on, right, in the sense of, but the grieving don't really stop. You know what I mean? Like you really just like it's just weird, man. Like the holiday was weird, man. Like Christmas just wasn't Christmas without the ones you love for Macho.
But
Like
you know what? Now that you are a father, right, and a grandfather, you are the one that they love, right? So again,
mm-hmm.
I just feel like we have grown up and grown into the position of being the ones who create those or keep those. I don't want to say those traditions as if I'm speaking on the same ones, but keeping those type of activities going on in the family. You know what I
Right.
mean? The gatherings, the family reunions. You know what I mean? All of those type of things that we are accustomed to or were accustomed to growing up that made us look forward to our families. You know what I mean? It's our job now to put those things in place and create those for our children. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I told my son that too, because even with my son, with me and him wasn't, again, we're in a tough love season, right? And sometimes, as parents, we go through those seasons when our young adult kids turn into, adults, and get to a certain age, and they start thinking they know more than like, and sometimes you just gotta let them like figure shit out. So I hadn't talked to my son since like November. You know what I mean? Last time I saw him was on Thanksgiving, so it's been about a month. And again, Christmas just wasn't Christmas just because my girls was in Ohio with them, like, and my son, he and I wasn't on speaking terms, so I didn't see none of the kids.
I wonder if our parents and grandparents felt the way we feel right now when they were, creating those atmospheres for us. You know what I mean? Like we never seen that in them, right? That the holiday spirit for them, it was a reciprocation. Like they gave it to us and we gave it to them. Like we were their holiday season and they were ours. You know what I mean? So now it's like we have to be that for them. It's just hard because I guess just us just being in the generation that we're in, we were just used to them. They're always being the matriarchs of the family to do that. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. It's just time for us to start those trends and traditions in our family. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So listen, y'all. Tonight's episode of Excuse My Truth podcast is with Mac and Macho. No D Mac tonight in the studio. D Mac a little bit under the weather, so she resting up. But if y'all was tuning in earlier, y'all seen her chiming in video wise. But Christmas just wasn't Christmas without the ones you love, and that's I think a universal way of being able to identify, like, not just dealing with the death or the loss of a loved one, which is what we dealing with. Rest in peace to my cousin Fathead, lost his life a few days before Christmas, or just not being around your loved ones, for whatever reason, whether it was due to COVID, and even when you think back to the last Christmas when there was COVID, not being able to be around your family, during Christmas, or having to be quarantined and limit, the interaction and how many people can come around, and it was just weird, going through that COVID Christmas.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and not being able to be around your loved ones. You know what I mean? A lot of people was, unable to be around, mom and siblings and children. You know what I mean? All at the behest of COVID. So, not having to deal with COVID this year, but dealing with the tragic loss of a loved one, definitely put a significant damper on my Christmas holiday. What about y'all out there? What's the vibe? What's the energy? Y'all ever experienced, or what was your Christmas like? You can identify with not being able to be around your loved ones, the loss of a loved one, the separation of a loved one. You know what I mean? Whether people go through divorce and relationships and all type of situations create this reality for us. Christmas just wasn't Christmas without the ones you love. You know what I mean? For me, it was just like having to go through just that, right? Just the death of my cousin, right? And mourning and grieving and trying to process that. You know what I mean? The anger, the disbelief, the wow factor. Like, shit, I just like saw him on Friday. You know what I mean? Like, and then he loses his life on Saturday, and then what? Christmas is like the following Sunday. Like, it's tough. Rest in peace, Fathead. Gonna miss you, bum. But yeah, so Christmas just wasn't Christmas without the ones that I love. I miss the daughters. I miss the grandson. And it's hard to really try to, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, when my energy off, I'm good. I'm gonna stay to myself. I want no smoke.
That's the best thing to do. You know what I mean? Because when you feeling some kind of way, you don't want to project that energy onto the crowd. You know what I mean? Now people, oh, what's wrong with Macho? You know what I mean? He acting funny. It's just like, okay, I'm not in a good mood. That's the reason why I chose or attempted to choose to stay to myself. You know, sometimes people try to force you out. Oh, get up, get out here. No, I'm trying to tell you this ain't the time. I'd rather just be by myself. Sometimes it might be the holidays where you're going through that for your own personal reasons. People can't tell you how to feel with shit like that. You know what I mean? So,
hey, y'all definitely can call in, man. 313-723-0481. Y'all know the vibe.
Most definitely. Call-in line is open.
Call-in line open. Number on the screen. I want to hear your thoughts about the topic or your experiences. You know what I mean? With seasonal, I don't even want to call it depression. Like, you know what I mean? Because it might not even be that. It just might not. It just might be something that, you know, you ain't in the Christmas spirit. Right? You ain't. You don't feel like being bothered. You don't want to go caroling. You don't wanna,
right.
You don't want to go. You don't want to go
just
to.
Ain't in the mood for that. Man.
Yeah, that ain't what it is. Like even with Christmas shopping, like I ain't do no Christmas shopping until like Christmas Eve. I got up that morning, Christmas Eve, and went and got my grandson some stuff. That's the only person I went and did some Christmas shopping for was my grandson. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just crazy. Like knowing we was about to prepare for this funeral, this homegoing celebration.
Yeah, that always put a damper on the holidays. If not, all the other things that people will be down and not in the mood about. You got close people that pass away, man. That just like ends the holiday, man. Like and it don't even have to happen, like around the holiday, right? Because it's been, people that I've lost, like I said, in the summertime. That now we roll around to the holiday, and it's the first holiday without them. You know what I mean? So it's even then, man. It's like, death always, puts a damper on the holidays. So that's completely understandable.
Yeah, man.
People should understand that.
My knucklehead son didn't listen and spent Father's Day weekend in the county, and that was such a surreal moment. And it was not only messed up for him because he was there, but like even for me, I'm like, I don't want my son sitting in no county jail on Father's Day weekend. I want you to be with your son. Like your son's 2 years old. You're a father now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and more or less, like I'm used to like moving on Father's Day, but I'm used to being with my kids on Father's Day at some point throughout the day. You know what I mean? So like, your knucklehead decisions impact everybody. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about, holidays when you dealing with life, right? You dealing with real life. You know what I mean? Like, rest his soul. My cousin lost his life. You know what I mean? Like 6 days before Christmas. You know what I mean? And buried, you know what I mean? Like a few days after Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Like yeah, Christmas definitely was off this year for sure. You know what I mean? I pray that we don't have to have no another experiences like this on December the 25th for my friends or family.
Likewise, man. Likewise. And I think, like I said, it's just really up to us nowadays to be the ones. We got to understand that we the ones to create those atmospheres for us. And whether it's keeping those same traditions and celebrating those same holidays, or recreating them and making them our own and redefining them ourselves. You know what I mean? So either way, like it's up to us now to create that atmosphere. Like we are the ones. We still. It's almost like. First time you smoke a blunt, as they say, you chasing that high from the first time that you smoke. When we was kids, it was a high, per se that we got. So now, now we have to create that for them. You know what I mean? And we get that from them, just like how we look to our parents. We are the parents, man. So we gotta, be creative and keep those traditions and those trends going on for our kids. And that's just the bottom line to it. I feel like we gotta, realize who we are when it comes down to. The positions that we have obtained in the family. We're the matriarchs now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is.
Christmas just wasn't Christmas without the ones you love. Rest in peace, Fathead.
Yeah, the call-in line is over. D-Mac, you can call in now, too, if you want to.
Yeah, D-Mac, tap in, my baby. 313-723-0481. Excuse My Truth podcast with Mac and Macho. We just want to hear your thoughts on it, man. Like, what was your vibe like, man? Like, you ever had to deal with the loss of a loved one, separation, divorce, relationship went left? You know what I mean? Like, just soured your whole Christmas mood and vibe. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't want to be bothered with nobody. Like, Christmas just wasn't Christmas, man. Like, and it's crazy because the way my cousin like got killed, man. Like, in the after hour, man. Like, in like we always like, cuz you gotta like chill out on the after hours, like stay out the motherfuckers though. But that was his happy space, man. He died doing what he loved. Like for real, like that's crazy. But we was talking about it. Like he absolutely died doing what he loved. It's tragic, you know what I mean. You know, a few days before Christmas to have to deal with that. But yeah, it definitely made Christmas a little different this year. So hopefully, like I say, man, next year Christmas is gonna be a lot different. We gonna put up trees next year.
Yeah, man, and have all the kids in the same spot.
Yeah,
Try to anyway. You know?
yeah, because they're a little older now, 21, 20, and then she'll be So 21, 20, and 17 is what it'll be. So hopefully be able.
And then another element of it is do the kids nowadays are they really into all of that Christmassy stuff? You know what I mean? Like the kids would rather go hang out. I think nowadays, especially like the teenagers, the ones that's early 20s. They ain't really. I don't have kids that old, so maybe you can speak some more to that than me. But
Shit,
it
give them
seems
money.
like about to say give them money and let them run the hell out.
Yeah, that be the vibes. Just give them money and let them go on about their business for the most part. But at least create or a happy environment or the atmosphere that y'all can have y'all moment, bond out, and then let them go on about their business, take pictures, eat, open up a present or two. You know what I mean? Still create again, back to tradition though, right? Like you still want to create some traditions even when the kids get a little older. Like you was looking on social media and you saw like the older kids, doing the matching pajamas with the parents and shit. You know what I mean? And so you still can create those traditions even with the older kids.
Right.
But more or less than not, I just think like if you create those traditions and you be consistent with maintaining those traditions, like it does allow you to maintain and be in the right headspace during the holiday season. But again, when life happens, you can't stop that. You know what I mean? Like you can't stop somebody losing their life and dealing with the loss of a loved one during the holiday season. You know what I mean? Like when life happens, you just got to deal with that and try to not let it keep you down or out. You understand what I'm saying? And still be able to celebrate and again, maintain the traditions though, right? Because life still go on, right? You know what I mean? We buried my cousin today, and he lived a great life, man, and we ain't have to do no GoFundMe. We ain't have to do no fish fries. We ain't have to sell no dinners. You know what I mean? Like he left. You know what I'm saying? He had his affairs in order, man, and had his kids, situated, you know what I mean, like, and gonna be good, you know what I mean, like now that he gone or whatever, but, it's still, you know what I mean, Christmas was off, overall, my boy, it was off.
Most definitely was, shit. I ain't gonna lie. Most definitely the fuck was.
Y'all can call in, man, 313-723-0481, that's the call-in number, man. Excuse My Truth Podcast. Christmas just wasn't Christmas. How you deal with the holidays when you deal with the loss of loved ones, man. Like I said, for us, we dealt with losing my cousin, Thanksgiving. My football player lost his life on Thanksgiving Day. And one of my other players lost his mom, 2 weeks ago. Like it's like this last month has just been like very overwhelming with death, and you look forward to 2023. You just want to get out of December, like no more death. You know what I'm saying? Like no more death, no more funerals, no more of those phone calls. Like, can we just get out of December without any more deaths?
I seen a meme that said I need to check the list of God's strong people and make sure I ain't on it for 2023.
I saw that.
Like, goddamn.
I saw that. Shout out to T White. That's why I seen posted Snooky Cookies. I saw Tasha post that. I laughed when I saw it because
Shit, cause 21 and 22 been a
man,
motherfucker, man, for real.
man, let's check that
21, I mean,
list,
shit,
guy.
since COVID started, if you really wanna, you know, what I'm saying, talk, but shit.
Man, let's check that list, guy. Make sure I ain't on it, man. I just want to break. Like I don't want to be the strong one. You know, they ain't gonna put more on you than you can bear. So when you see you going through it, you like, man, what do you see that I don't?
Dog, where the fuck is the end point? Where's the end at? Where's the, you know what I mean, the buffer?
What do you see that I don't? Like, let me just go under the radar this year, Lord. You know what I mean? Like, let me stack my bread, secure the bag. You know what I'm saying? Stay out the way. But like put it on somebody else's plate this year, Lord.
For real.
Cause man, we didn't deal with like, and you know the irony in it is like, you know, my daughter being able to identify that Christmas is typically, you know what I mean, like I need the kids, I need that energy, I need to be around, you know, love, you know what I'm saying, the positive vibes. You want to be around just happy shit. You feel me? And you know, like being intentional with it. You know what I mean? And you talked about recreating traditions and establishing traditions, and in doing so, you got to be very intentional with being consistent. Can't do it just once, you know what I mean, or twice. Like you got to be so fucking consistent. And when you create that consistency, like it just allows you to build, like, you know what I mean, like memories. You know what I mean? Memories and impactful shit with your kids and your loved ones. So when you dealing with, you know, the death, or you know what I mean, like the loss of a loved one, you know, you still got those traditions in place to help you, you know what I'm saying, not get into a depression state, not, you know what I'm saying, get to commiserating and feeling sad and down. Like you still, because life still goes on, right? And that's the utter reality about death is life fucking goes on. You know what I mean? Like you mourn, you grieve, you know what I mean? But shit, we gonna still, you know what I'm saying, get to the bag. We gonna still get to, you know what I mean, the bitches. We gonna still get to the niggas, the ladies. You know what I mean? For the ladies, like it's still gonna, you know what I mean? It's gonna be that. So when I say Christmas just wasn't Christmas, it just wasn't. It was off. It was different. It was weird. You know what I mean? Like I'm used to, like again, like as a single parent. You know what I mean? Like 6 years I did it by myself, so I'm used to having that moment with the kids. And for this year not to be with the kids, and then, you know, we burying, you know, another relative, like that shit was just off, bro. Like, and then the motherfucking Lions lost. Like that shit was like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like it just was like, are you fucking kidding
He
me,
said,
bro?
put the icing on the cake. The Lions lost out of all of the damn games. Is winning, nigga.
Out of all the games, we gotta win out just to, you know what I'm saying, to get in the wild card for real. And they motherfucking lost, bro. Like destroyed the parlay. Like I ain't lying, bro. Like you was just on such a good roll with them motherfuckers, bro. Like
that's the Lions.
It's all
though,
good, though. It's all good.
Yeah,
dog.
nobody,
It's all
perfect.
good.
Yeah, even though your ass hung me and shit about trying to encourage the motherfuckers and shit, I ain't jumping on the bandwagon.
Listen.
I'm talking shit.
Shout out to the Lions. They gotta go 9-8 now. Like shit, that shit crazy. But anyway, man. So yeah, Christmas just wasn't Christmas for me without the ones you love. D Mac, how you feeling out there, man? We miss you in the studio, my baby. Y'all gotta, you know what I'm saying, pray for D Mac though. D Mac a little bit under the weather. So Macho still gonna hold it down, like, you know what I'm saying, 4 flat tires on a motherfucking deuce. You feel me? That's the vibe.
Yeah, we just gotta prepare for next year, man, to make sure that we can, create that tradition, or that that atmosphere for our kids that we looking forward to. You know what I mean? That, because that is the Christmas spirit for us nowadays. I mean, we ain't look for, we ain't got grandma to set the tree up. You know what I mean? With all the presents and we the family members are supposed to be out there on the grill in the summertime at the 4th of July, and hooking up the Thanksgiving dinners and all of that shit. Like it's our turn now to put that type of in our way, right? Because we are more advanced than our matriarchs was, and our parents and our grandparents was, right? So it's up to us to take it and step it up to a next level and do it our way. You know what I mean? So that's really what it's time to do. I mean, to show our kids how to, be innovative and creative with the holidays and these traditions.
Yeah, I like it. And again, like I said, when it's all said and done, you got to always be able to pivot. You understand what I'm saying? And still stand 10 toes, right? And in doing so, right, you go back to the tradition mindset, right? When you create those traditions, like I think that just always keeps you in a position to not feel like helpless during the holiday season when you're dealing with the death or the loss of a loved one, like you know what I mean, or not being around your loved ones, right, or going through a divorce or a separation or a relationship or anything though, you know what I mean, that could create, throw off your mood, your energy, you know what I mean, makes you real ominous.
Sometimes it's hard to do that, you know what I mean? Because when you phase those things out, when you don't pay attention to those things that stress you out, then it comes off to people that you don't care, you don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? But it's just like, as much as this situation means to me and matters to me, I have to be Yoda over that shit and not let myself be disturbed. You know what I'm saying? My peace is the most important thing to me. Peace of mind, peace of atmosphere, all of that shit. So if I'm disturbed, like I'm not thinking straight, I'm not thinking rationally a lot of times. You know what I mean? I'm grown enough to admit that. Like sometimes when people want to annoy you, I'll just say, for lack of a better way, explain, put you in annoying situations. Like I'm not thinking like I should. I'm not moving like I should. You know what I mean? So my best bet is to eliminate those things, phase them out, and keep myself calm so I can think rationally, so I can move correctly in the situation. As opposed to some people try to push you against a wall and push your buttons and make you act out. You know what I'm saying? Act out of character, turn you into something that you ain't. So, best thing is to just let yourself be at peace. No matter, like, one thing that I say is, one thing that I've learned and developed to do is become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's not saying accepting what I don't like, but no matter how much I try to be in control or want to be in control, life happens. You know what I mean? And you can never be in control of things 100%. So you just have to be able to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
So I say, no, I'm good, bro. I appreciate it. Listen, so I usually say a peace of mind is priceless, right? And not PIECE, but PEACE.
Peace of mind, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, so, and whatever you got to do to get that peace, like, that shit is priceless. I don't give a fuck who it is.
If it costs me my peace, it's too expensive.
It's not even a fucking option right now.
Yeah.
Like, you got me fucked up. I don't give a fuck who you are.
No matter who or what
bro,
it is.
Swear to God,
that's
bro.
Crazy. You know what
Swear
I'm
to
saying?
God.
People, and then again, when you say that in certain situations, you come off to people as insensitive or whatever it may be, misogynistic, or you don't care, or you don't love.
But it's cool. I don't give a fuck. Log on to www.fuckyourfeelings.com. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I got to keep myself where I need to be.
Man, I told my son today, I said, listen, man, when it comes to my peace of mind, like, I'm not allowing nobody to disturb that. Like, I can't. That shit, it's not even a fucking option. So even around the holiday season, like, you gotta, like, do those little things to protect your peace, though, right? So for me, just because, like, Christmas was a little off and it was, different, and it was, like, dry for me, like, my energy was also like, I gotta do what I gotta do to protect my peace. So I'm gonna just stay to my motherfucking self. So I grabbed my motherfucking dark leaves, grabbed my motherfucking Douce the day before, because I heard they don't sell liquor on Christmas and something, you know what I mean? But then I know there's a couple stores open, but I ain't want to change shit. And, I just vibed out. Like I say, watch some sports, you know what I'm saying? Chilled out, you know what I mean? Jumped on Peacock and watched the Best Man Holiday and shit, you know what I mean? I think I chilled out with a thick cutie. And, that was that. It turned out to be, you know what I'm saying, a real cool Christmas, but Christmas definitely wasn't Christmas this year for me without the ones I love. So, daughters, I need y'all next year. Son, we're going to do the matching pajamas. I'm going to find y'all a stepmama so we can all do the matching pajamas. You know what I mean? And create some new traditions. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids need, my grandson need a grandmama. You know what I'm saying? He need a nana, a glamour. So we gonna do the matching pajamas next year. Like, I saw some dope matching pajamas too, though, man. I ain't no hater, bro. I listen, goals, okay, goals. I'm coming matching pajamas next Christmas. Like, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if somebody do die. We still doing matching pajamas. I'm just saying, like, we doing matching pajamas next year. Todd, you feel me? Todd, you know the vibe, man. Like I want to do matching pajamas next year. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I gotta find me a single. I gotta stop being this. Anyway, I don't want to shift the energy. Christmas just was a Christmas, without the one you love. Like dealing with the loss of loved ones or the separation of anything that created, you know what I mean, a disdain around the holiday season. Todd, you feel the vibe. You understand the vibe, my baby. You know what I mean? Like it was off, but we survived it though. Like moral of the story, shit could be worse, so we ain't complaining. You know what I mean? We know it could be worse, so we grateful for what it was. But rest in peace to my cousin Fathead, man. Like we gonna miss you, my boy. We absolutely gonna miss you. She's talking about I hear you, Jody. You listen, stay locked in. We talking about Christmas, just wasn't Christmas without the ones you love. We ain't talking about no motherfucking Jody, Todd. Stop playing with me. Go play with somebody else, granddaddy, not Rylands. Okay? Anyway. Y'all know the vibe, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in, man. You know what I mean? D-Mac, we miss you. As you see this, the energy, the back and forth, it can't be duplicated, D-Mac. You know what I'm saying? We need you in the studio, but we need you 100%, my baby. So we want you to get well, get your rest, eat your vegetables, you know what I'm saying? Eat your Wheaties, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you can have a growth spurt, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? Like, come back strong. We need you to come back strong, D-Mac. For real, my baby. You know what I mean? But, so my final thoughts go a little bit like, first of all, rest in peace to my cousin Fathead. We definitely gonna miss you. And I'm thankful for the memories, the moments, the opportunity to just, you know what I'm saying, call you, you know, my bloodline. Like, you know, but I think when you are dealing with life right around the holiday season, like I said, we buried my cousin, you know, Thanksgiving. He died a few days before Thanksgiving, and then my former football player died on Thanksgiving.
Damn.
And we dealt with like literally like 5 deaths. And it's, you know, you hear the cliche, they say death come in threes. We had 5 deaths from Thanksgiving to Christmas. Just all funeral out. And then one of my best friends, like, you know what I mean, he lost his mom. Like,
That's how 21 was for me, man. I lost 5 in one summer, man. Like,
it's just like, wow, yeah, so the holidays was off, but like I think the bigger, you know, position was like we survived it, you know what I mean, like overcame it. And you know, you just want to always protect your peace of mind, you know what I mean, and around the holiday season where you have the opportunity to, you know, to get into a rut, you know what I mean, or feel down, feel sad, feel depressed, you know, find that niche, find that, you know, that outlet that allows you to not get in that mode, you know what I mean, and be able to still be in a good headspace. And I think even with being by myself on Christmas, like I think I was in a good headspace just because I didn't allow nothing else to throw off my energy. You know what I mean? Like I was good. Like even though I was by myself, like I was high.
probably
I had
like
a
you
good
said,
strand.
needed to be.
Yeah,
by yourself,
yeah,
right?
needed to be.
So nothing else would aggravate you. Nothing else would annoy you.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because
Facts.
it's like sometimes you be at that point where something that wouldn't normally aggravate you if you wasn't already agitated just kind of magnifies your anger, or you know annoyance that you feel. You know what I mean? And you wouldn't even get that mad. That's why people will look at you like, damn, what's wrong with my show? What's wrong with
Yeah.
like, cause you was already on edge. They just don't see it. They don't know what's going on. So it's
Yeah.
best for them to have not been around. You know what I mean?
Right, and not even for me to not even feel like I need to explain to nobody.
Yeah, that part.
Right?
That part.
You know what I mean? Like I
That part,
didn't.
because now you got to, what's wrong? Don't worry, like, why? Because you don't have the solution to my
Yeah,
problem.
big facts.
You don't have the solution, so why explain?
Big facts. And that's just how it balanced out for me. So, man, I appreciate y'all, man, tapping in with us, man, on Excuse My Truth podcast with Mac and Macho. Obviously, we try to get Mac on a video earlier. And,
Had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, had a few technical difficulties, but we appreciate y'all, like, sticking it out with us tonight and just vibing out with us. And next week, we going to come right back, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully, you know, D-Mac could be back on her feet, you know what I mean, in the studio with us, and we're going to come with some more, you know, some more heat, you know what I'm saying? That being said, Mark D, I appreciate you, my boy.
Always, my dog.
You know what I'm saying? And that being said, Excuse My Truth podcast with Mac and Macho. Tap in with us next week, y'all. We out.
Warning.